guys? Welcome back to the Daily Misfire. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on.
A week in review.
Week in review. Month in review. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than a week.
A little bit more than a week. But we'll be talking about our cars, what's going on with them, some of the stuff that we did a couple weeks ago, as well as some new platforms we're on. So let's jump right into it. So I guess I'll talk about the Nova first.
Yeah.
So the Nova, I have completely new tires for it. They're Hoosier QuickTime Pros for the back of the car. The Mickey Thompsons are completely cooked, and we'll talk about why they are later. As well as I got new shocks for the back of the car too. So it's QA1 single adjustable, they're the 18-point adjustable shocks, but they are perfect. We took the car out on Wednesday last week, right? I think it was last week. Yeah. And I took it out on street tires because my cheater slicks were cooked. And the car still ran a 67, a 1367, with a 2.0 60 foot. So it was all really close to where it has always been. So those shocks have definitely really helped keep the back really stiff and firm, and a lot better than how it was before.
A lot better ride height too.
Oh, a lot better ride height. It's not sitting like a 70s street machine anymore with the air shocks. But yeah, that was fantastic with that. And then I also got, which you guys won't see it for a little bit, I might let you show a video of it, but I have a new Victor Jr. Edelbrock aluminum intake, which will be cool on the car. I doubt it'll go on the car this season. It'll probably be on the car next season, along with potentially some other stuff depending on how money and stuff comes along, because that's hard to come by sometimes, so like it is right now, which is why we're doing some other stuff that you'll hear later in the but yeah,
no, the Nova definitely, with the new QA1 shocks, looks great and it performs really well.
There's two videos that you'll see coming up really soon on us putting the shocks in and then driving it the first time, and then
the test video, and then us taking it out to the SAC Raceway and actually racing it with the shocks for the first time and seeing what it does.
Yeah. So, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. We also, I went out on Wednesday with him as well, and I got to race my Mustang for the first time, 2000 GT. Hasn't been on the channel, I don't think, at all up until this point. I just got it.
It was in the driving video,
yeah,
but we didn't really talk about it that much.
Yeah, it was still new, but I've had it for a little bit now, and finally got it out to the racetrack. It was a lot of fun, really slow, only got it to run a 14.9, but I don't know. I've never had more fun drag racing because it's a manual. And
well, that's still the problem. It's that second fastest you've been in the car, because your BMW is faster, right?
Yeah, but regardless, I thought that the Mustang was just so violent because it already has, someone put 373 rear gear in it before I got it, and it has a short shifter kit, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun to launch. It's just, I love how violent it is. It just runs out of top end because it has no horsepower, but it was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to get it back out there again soon.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, no, because it's going to be 109 here. Sad. But
I have to go out because there's a points race Saturday, and this will be the first time I have the Hoosiers in the back of the car, so I need to figure out how to launch the car with the Hoosiers just to make sure they work right, because at points races I get one pass or maybe two if I'm lucky before we actually have to go into eliminations, and with it being 135,
yeah, you're a madman.
I have to.
You're a madman.
It's points, I have to.
Points guy.
22nd or something like that in points.
Getting up there.
Getting up there.
But yeah, overall Mustang was great. Nothing broke. So I was very happy about that. I was afraid I was gonna, roast the clutch or just straight up blow the motor. But it's pretty resilient. So hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, looking forward to doing more of that in the future.
Absolutely.
But another cool thing we did is we went down to Lodi to the Kingdon drags, which, if you want to explain what goes on with all that, because I didn't race that day, but I was there.
So Kingdon, for anyone that isn't really in the NorCal area, Kingdon back in the day was an old airfield. I think they had for like Air Force or like a training base kind of a thing, out in the middle of nowhere with, you know, farmer fields and stuff out there. And then it turned into, I think, the 50s and 60s, maybe into the 70s even. It was a drag race, like drag strip and stuff. And then it shut down around 70s, 80s, and then in the mid 2000s they started racing out there again, as it was an airfield and as they could with all that. And then this year, because they kind of stopped because I think the track got really sketchy.
Yeah.
And then this year they actually repaved the first 8th mile, I think in April. I think it was March or April. They paved the first 8th mile. They started having events out there again to help pave the rest of the quarter mile. In this event, it was a strict arm drop grudge race style event on Saturday, which is what we attended. They actually had a pot and a jackpot race on Sunday, but we didn't go because there are twin turbocharged LSs and stuff out there on Fox Body Mustangs, and my little 13-second Nova wouldn't run with any of them unless they blew the tires off and got sideways like halfway down the track. But yeah, so we went down there and we ended up actually grudge racing my buddy Andrew at Squeak Racing on Instagram, Squeak Racing Jr., and their Camaro that they have. And we ended up racing the entire day and hanging out. It was a really cool event. A lot of old cars. It was all arm drop, so there was no timing system, no nothing. It was, you know, do a water burnout, no prep, you know, bump them in, and then just arm drop. Once you're in, you're going.
Yeah.
Really cool. That's where I killed my tires, because I may or may not have made, I think, 9 or 10 passes that day, because there was, why not?
There's a lot of loose rocks out there too.
Right, and the 8th mile, like I said, was paved and it was really nice. The back 8th mile was okay. There was cracks in it, you can definitely tell, and it was funny when you would transfer between the two. There was about that much of a lip, and you could feel the car hit the lip, and it kind of got sketchy sometimes, especially in the right lane. The car would kind of move around a little bit, and that's fun at 80 miles an hour. But and then past the quarter mile, they had 2 drums that signaled quarter mile. And then past that, it was just like you're driving down an old back road in, you know, out in the rice fields. So rocks kick up everywhere, and it just destroyed the Mickey Thompsons in the back of the car. I think I probably had, had I not gone to that, I probably would have had probably maybe 1 or 2 Wednesdays left in them. But that decided to absolutely just shred them. I could probably do like maybe a 10-15 second burnout in them to finish them off, but I have to race tomorrow, so I'm gonna go get the tires. After this video has been done filming, I have to go and get my tires mounted and balanced. But Kingdon was super cool. Yeah. I would definitely go back. Oh yeah. Even barring that, I was still. It's definitely worth it. Yeah. And I don't know how it was as a spectator there, but
it was a really chill vibe. Everyone was just kind of there, hanging out. No one, I mean, at least on Saturday, because when we were there, it wasn't the jackpot race or anything. So everyone wasn't getting all antsy because of money or anything. So everyone was just, it was just kind of like a testing tune, but it was an arm drop. So it was kind of nostalgic. Everyone that we talked to was pretty cool. So
yeah, everyone was super cool down there. Yeah. But that was a fun event. Definitely one to remember for that.
For sure.
Yeah. But all right, well, talk about old races that we went to. You got a little bit sunburned in that one too.
Yeah.
He got cooked.
I didn't put on any sunblock, but I stayed under an Easy Up most of the day. But I didn't realize you can still get sunburned through an Easy Up.
I put sunscreen on because I lack certain things in my skin, and I put sunscreen on and I was good. And you were like a cherry after. It was rough, but I just felt like I needed to mention that.
It happens.
It happens. But then coming up after Wednesday, like I said, there's a points race on, I think it's on Saturday, which is, it's funny because there's Father's Day this weekend. And it's the Saturday that that everything's going down. So we'll have that. And then following that, there's another Wednesday night that we're probably going to, I'm sure. And then there's going to, I think, be a ET finals race in September, October that we're going to be attending. just like some of the big races. And then outside of that, I think there's one more ET race outside of next weekend. And then it'll be whatever races that we decide to go to, I think. I mean, there's a couple that are up in Eureka. There's one in Sonoma that might be cool to go to. There's a couple up in Reading that we might go to, just to try to really go and see the other tracks, because oh, there's Eagle Field too in October, I think. I think it's October.
Yeah.
Which Eagle Field is very similar to Kingdon when it comes to the whole, this is actually a flag start.
Yeah, if you know about Eagle Field, then Kingdon is kind of similar, but just a little bit smaller scale. And it's a little more, I don't know, it's not as widely known about, I'd say.
I think so, because it's younger, I think.
Yeah, well, and it's more popular to the local area.
I think so,
around Northern California, Sacramento area. Like most people who race around here know about it, but you know, you start getting down towards 100 miles, 150 miles south of here, a lot of people.
Lodi, so I mean, not many people know about Lodi in general, but
yeah, it's just farmland.
It's just farmland. Which, and then if no one knows about Eagle Field, it is a legit old abandoned airfield that they actually used as a training base for P-40 Warhawk pilots and stuff back in World War II. And then they started racing out there, and then it shut down, and then they recently, last 20 years, started racing out there again. And there's 2 events that they have a year that are like open to everyone. And I think one's in April and the other one's in October or September. But they're both super cool events. Flag start. Lots of really cool stuff that you don't normally see anywhere else. I mean, there's flathead dragsters out there. There's straight 6 dragsters.
They'll usually have
altereds,
a rocket car, or
dragster out there, and then really cool stuff. And then they have we've never done it, but there's camping involved in it too, so you can stay for the 3 days or 2 days, whatever you want to stay. And then the Saturday night, they actually have a big huge hangar, and they have a big hangar party and stuff, so that's pretty cool too. And it's all 50s style, 50s, 60s, that era. It's pretty cool. We might go down there with the Nova or something like that and have some fun, depending on what's going on with us. So. But so I think that's the races coming up. Do you want to announce the fun part that we just got, or? Yeah.
So new sponsor for the channel, for the Instagram, for the Daily Misfire in general. Race gas.
Race gas.
They make
it's a fuel concentrate.
An octane supplement. The can that he uses, I believe, is good up to 105 octane.
Yep, it's 105. So they have 2 different cans. There's an orange and a purple. I use the orange one. I think the purple one goes to 112. But the 105 you can use in 87, 89, 91, 93, 95, whatever you have at the pump.
And it has a cool little graph on the back of the bottle that tells you how much you need to add to get to what octane you need based on the octane that you have in the car already, which is cool.
It is really cool. And I've been using it in the Nova to try to get it up a little bit more, because with the camel hump pens and stuff that I have in the car, it wants a little bit more compression, and so it has a little bit more compression, so it likes having that more octane. And then when I was having issues in my fuel system before the fuel tank, I was using it a lot to try to get the burn to be slower for the gas, and it was helping out quite a bit. And I think when I ran my fastest pass in the car, which is I think 1342, I think the gas is like 101, 102 octane. So it definitely helps create horsepower in the car.
Yeah, so definitely. Especially when you're running higher compression.
Yeah. But it's super cool for them to sponsor us. I thank you guys a lot for that. And hopefully we can do a whole lot more in the future. Get the car some lettered up on the car. Do some other cool stuff with that. And speaking of just growing as a group and team and just everything in general, we have 2 new platforms now. Two. One's gonna be TikTok, which is what everyone seems to be talking about nowadays, and then Twitch. So which one do you want to talk about?
I'll talk about Twitch first, just because I have some experience with Twitch in the past. Some streaming, just a little bit though. I didn't do a lot, but it is a really cool platform, and I think it's another way that we can, fly trying to kill me. I think it's a cool way that we can, push ourselves out there. If that's something that you guys are interested in, let us know too. but it's mostly, it'll be kind of like a mixture, I think, of between gaming, like stuff that we play, and then also like live streaming stuff at like events we go to, and
this kind of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, and I think a lot of it will be part of that for the Twitch is it'll really open up the team, I think, for everyone, because I think for the most part it's been just me and him doing pretty much everything as far as the channel goes. And then from that point it'll help out, really open up more to other people too, and hopefully actually branch the channel out even further to people that might not look at YouTube as much or might not look at Instagram as much, and they might be watching Twitch a lot. And also, I don't think there's that many like car specific like channels on Twitch either.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, there's a lot more on YouTube, and some of them do
branch off
Twitch
to Twitch
stuff, but it's not as common. So I think that's, I think it's a good space that we can, try to occupy.
And then the other one being TikTok, which I think at this point I'll need to explain TikTok out to people. But I was on Instagram forever, and then when all the reels and stuff started going through and it started becoming more popular, I was kind of against TikTok just because I was against TikTok. But starting to just try to branch out as much as we can. We're on TikTok as well. Both of them are as the Daily Misfire. TikTok is _Daily Misfire, and then Twitch is just the Daily Misfire.
We'll have links in the video.
Well, there's going to be links in the
stuff.
video and in our bio. There's we have a link tree now too. But yeah, I think there's quite a bit of stuff that we're trying to do, just try to branch out as much as we can. Also, probably in the next month or two, we're going to have a new logo design coming up for the Daily Misfire, because we don't have one. We have
stickers.
We have these for the 916 Hot Rod Garage, which is the shop, but we don't have anything for the Daily Misfire. So we're gonna have to come up with a design for that, which I have one in mind, but we'll have to go off of what a designer, one of the ones that we're working with, figure that out with them. And then we also have another design and branding ideas coming up really soon. Hopefully we have to work with some other people, try to get that done, but I won't say anything else about that because
it's hush hush.
It's hush hush, and it's in the pipeline. So but I think that's all we got for right now for you guys. So yeah,
just a good wrap up.
Just a good wrap up. Good overall overview of what we're doing. So be sure to like and subscribe this video. And you'll see a lot more of us on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, because we're really going to be trying to hit this hard. So trying to succeed. Trying to make this happen.
Trying to be accessible.
Trying to be accessible for everyone.
And always open to ideas as well.
Always open to ideas. So if there's any ideas that you guys have, or thoughts, or $1 million plans, let us know on that. But alright, until next time, be sure to comment what you think down below, and follow us on everything, because it all helps us.
Stay up to date.
Stay up to date, because we post on everything very sporadically. So but until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace.